Hi guys, it's Andreas Sonic Mainliner, and this is another vinyl finds video. It's been a long time since I've done one, and the reason being that, well, I haven't been buying much. I had other things to buy, and mainly like, curtains and things for the house because I just moved in. There was nothing in here, so I need to do that. So there wasn't a lot of budget left for the good things in life. Not that curtains are bad or anything, but um, it's um, it's not the same, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of music. But at the same time, I've discovered really nice stuff that I would like to get on album or CD or whatever. But I cannot make a video saying, "Oh yeah, check out this link." It's like we don't do that here, right? It's like all about the physical object that contain the music, objects that contain the music. So yeah, while I've been away, there have been some notable dropouts, and some people haven't been making videos. And notably, Big Star 1000, he just deleted his channel. Well, he hasn't deleted his channel, but there aren't any videos anymore there. So sad times. Sad to see you go, Fred. I don't think that you're watching this video, but yeah, well, whatever. Um, he did it last year, and I guess that this year he decided to go ahead with it. So there you go. Yeah, but in the month and a half that I've been away or thereabouts, I did manage to buy some things which I'm going to be showing you. First of all, as always, what's playing in the background, which is not something that I bought recently, but sort of plays in the background. It's Comets on Fire. It's a CD. Oh my god, it's Comets on Fire. I think, yeah, Avatar. This came out in 2005 or 2006. I want to say 2006, and this is an album that bugs me because I have a feeling that I have a vinyl copy of it back home, but I need to go back home and check because I cannot remember. But yeah, Comets on Fire. This is a side project from Ben Chanzi of Six Organs of Admittance, and this is the more noisier, kind of more psychedelic. This is the more psychedelic album. Comets on Fire have made some other albums that are very abrasive and very like noisy, noise rock kind of oriented. But this is a more psychedelic, a little bit mellower, if you like, a little bit like Sunburst Sound, Sunburst Assembly. Bloody hell, what? Anyway, you probably know which band I'm talking about. Yeah, anyway, Comets on Fire on the background, which segues, by the way, very nicely with this album that I bought. So this is the Six Organs of Admittance, Dust and Chimes. This came out in 1998. Yeah, 1998, and this is the first time that it has been released on album, on vinyl. I have the CD back home, but yeah, I didn't know whether it was ever released, but apparently it hasn't been. So I have it on CD, and now I have it on vinyl. Six Organs of Admittance, Ben Chanzi. He's sort of freak folk, I don't know, psych folk movement that was around in the US in the early 2000s. Obviously, this was recorded in '98. I don't think this is the first Six Organs of Admittance album. The first one was, I think, was self-titled, so Six Organs of Admittance, and then there was an 8-inch lathe cut, which I own, and it's 35 copies, and I have that back home. So anyway, yeah. Guitars, acoustic guitars, very grainy kind of production, sort of like lo-fi that sort of adds texture to it, and it's just brilliant, psychedelic, amazing stuff. I really like the Six Organs of Admittance, and I just highly recommend them. If you were to venture into their discography, I would recommend checking out their second, well, effectively third album, which is what's it called? Yeah, I haven't prepared for this. You understand that, you know, it's like it's obvious, I think. Dark Noontide. Yeah, Dark Noontide. But, you know, this is equally good. Dark Noontide, you can find it as well very cheaply for some reason. It's just, don't know. Yeah, excellent, excellent stuff. Some things that we can get out of the way very quickly, and there's no need to talk around about them a lot. So I think I've shown Joy Division's second album. This is obviously the first album. Yeah, Unknown Pleasures. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got the second album for like £10. These are the 2015 reissues, and I don't know if I think I've said that in my previous video where I showed. Oh bloody hell! I forgot what the second Joy Division album title is. So yeah, I had the ones from 2008 or something like that, 2007 I think. Yeah, 2007. They got remastered and reissued, and I had copies of these back then, but the vinyl was wobbly. The sound was good, but you know, it was wobbly, and I was like, nah, I don't care. So I sold them, and then I found. Okay, now this will bug me for until the end of the video, so I need closer. Yeah, Closer. So I found Closer for £10 basically, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, why the hell not? I mean, you know, I give it a try. It's £9, so you know, if it doesn't work for me, then I just, you know, sell it. And it was a good pressing. It was vinyl was flat, quiet, sounded really good. So yeah, these came out like they cost something like £17 each. So I got Closer for £10, £9.99 basically, and then I found this for 14, I think. So I was like, you know what? It's still cheaper. I bought both of them for like, you know, effectively what, £13 or something. I was like, yeah, it's worth it. So I got this one as well. Good pressing as well. So yeah, I need to remove the stickers at some point because they're ridiculous. But yeah, at some point. And then I found this one, which was released at £20 or something, and then I found it for 14 on Amazon. So I was like, you know what, I'm getting this. This is the double LP version. Obviously, I have these back home. I mean, I have Unknown Pleasures. I have like 3 copies, different copies, like a UK copy, and then another. A US copy and then another copy that is older, and I don't know, I mean, you know, I have multiple copies, so yeah. And then I have Substance, which I have what was claimed to be the last vinyl reissue back in the 90s. It was a Greek copy, single LP. This is a double LP version, and it's quite good. It's quite good. The copy that I have back home is quite good, but this is the double LP version, which I don't count as a positive. I'd rather have like, you know, a single LP, so you know it plays like, I don't know, 10 songs on the side. Prefer that, but it sounds really good and has some extra songs as well. I think that I think that they definitely could fit like everything in one LP, but yeah. Anyway, this is the punkier side of Joy Division, and I don't know, I'm going through a phase where I prefer this period rather than the album period, but yeah, you know. These were the ones that I would not take a long time to talk about. I think it took me like, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. This is just a joke. Anyway, yeah, although I haven't, so I will show you the things that I actually bought first, because there were some trades as well. So I think on that same day where I went there, went to a record shop where I found Unknown Pleasures. I also found this one, so this is Steve Village and Fish Rising. Um, this is an album that, this is a reissue. This is a very recent reissue. I think that it came out like last year or this year or something like that. So this is an album that you can find plenty of copies here in the UK. It's like very easy to find. Steve Village albums are just, you know, penny a dozen. Problem with them is that they're all trashed. You cannot find one that is in good condition. Yeah, VG at best, you know. Yeah, VG plus, rare. I haven't seen any in good condition. I always wanted to get some Steve Village. Fish Rising was one. The other one would be Rainbow Dome Music, which definitely I want to buy, but and Green as well. But the condition is terrible, and although they cost like £7, it's not worth it. This one you can find the reissue for a regular price, actually more than, you know, quite expensive actually. £17, and I was like, you know what, come on, 17. I can find it in the bins. I mean, you know, I can wait until I find a good copy for like, I don't know, £9 or whatever. And they had this for 10. So yeah. Anyway, Steve Village. So I got it. It's a reissue, £10. Made sense to me, so I got it. Anyway, Steve Village, progressive, electronic kind of music that, to be honest, I would not like 10 years ago, but I guess I grew up. I mellowed out and I really enjoy these days. Terrible album cover, not album cover, and it really can't put you off. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense, and it's honestly, it's terrible. It's really bad, but don't let that put you off. Do check him out. It's quite good. Don't look at the cover. Just don't look at the cover. Look at the back. Yeah, this is my recommendation. And here's an album that came out in 2014. This is Sleater-Kinney. Hey, Kinney. If you're from your friend, that's how you would call your friend Kenny if you're from down under. It's like, hey, Kinney, or New Zealand, I guess. So Sleater-Kinney, No Cities Love, yeah. So this is their 2014 comeback album. I think that they broke up at some point, and then it's their comeback album, which I came out like, you know, regular price, and for some reason it sort of started popping up cheap. So I got it for cheap. And although when I first streamed it, although I really like Sleater-Kinney, I have the box set as well. I listened to this one, and when it came out, and I was like, no, it's alright. Then I listened to it again, because for some reason I went back to it, although I didn't have it physically, and I really liked it. So when I saw the physical copy, I was like, yeah. So yeah, indie rock, female vocals, like it's a female group, basically, female band. And it's really bloody good, and it's a really good album, and I recommend it. One of the easy ones, easy ones like the Joy Division ones. No, I will not talk about this. Oh no, hang on. Things that I bought. Hey, there's a pattern here. So things that I bought. This has been on my radar for a long time. The Thing with mono. This is a double LP mono recording of The Thing. The Thing is Mats Gustafsson and who else? And Paul Nilsson Love and a guy that I will not, Inger Britt Hacker Flatten. Yeah. So sort of experimental jazz, punk jazz, I would say, like really high energy kind of stuff. And yeah, it's a really good album. I was seeing this on record shelves for quite expensive. I found this on Amazon for 14 quid. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm getting it. Yeah, very good. New release, Next. This is an album from Australian experimental, I don't know if it's a duo or whatever, trio or whatever. This is their latest album, which Vertigo. Yeah, there is also a CD box set, a 7 CD box set of these guys. Droney, dreamy kind of stuff, and yeah, it's quite good. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how often I will be listening to this. I played it like a couple of times. It's really good, but right now I'm not in the mood for this kind of music. But definitely check it out. It's good. And I think that I want to buy the rest of the stuff from the next, especially the box set that contains all their stuff. So anyway, yeah. And then this is an album that I read about on The Guardian. Yeah, so album reviews on The Guardian, and I read about this guy, Scott Fagan, and South Atlantic Blues, and it was an interesting story, which I sort of remember right now to tell you. But I think that this guy was like was released in 1968. It was supposed to be like, you know, the kind of album that would break him out, and like it was very ambitious, and people had a lot of hopes for this album when it was recorded and released, but nothing came of it for some reason, one reason or another. As I said, I don't remember the backstory. There is a backstory to it. It's quite interesting, but I read it like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and now it's like gone. So anyway, Scott Fagan, and the Guardian gave it 4 stars. So I was like, I saw it on Amazon, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting this. It's fine. And it's a limited release, and my guess would have been that, you know, it would sort of disappear. I don't know if it's still available. Might be. So yeah, I got it. I listened to it. The production is really good. It's very lush. It has a lot of stuff happening, and there's like a lot of instrumentation, and it's like very 60s, like psychedelic pop kind of thing going on. But it bugged me. It bugged me when I listened to it, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And yeah, to me it sounds a bit too middle of the road. Obviously, you know, your mileage may vary, and you might like him. He reminds me of what's that guy's name? That South African guy, the Sugar Man, searching for Sugar Man and all that. That dude. He reminds me of that dude, which to me sounds like, you know, we want to be like sort of revolutionaries, but we're too middle class to actually do that. Sort of. That's what comes out. But you know, as I said, you know, your mileage may vary. So yeah, it got good reviews. For some people, it might be really, really good. So I don't know. Check it out if you like that guy, whose name I cannot remember. Yeah, searching for Sugar Man or whatever, then check this out. If you don't, like myself, well, yeah, don't, basically. So yeah, Scott Fagan, South Atlantic Blues. Recent release, limited edition, yada yada yada, da 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 da. Yes, purchase, and this is the last one that, that I actually gave money for, and this is the monster box from the Swans, and it's White Light from the Mouth of Infinity. This is the box that contains 2 albums. Yep, it is a box. You open it up. It contains, first of all, a CD, which is sort of, I think it's like extra songs and whatnot, which is not like, you know, throw away. It's really good, well worth it. And 2 albums. Whoa, come on. And 2 albums, which is Love of Life and White Light from the Mouth of Infinity. So this is a double LP, and this is a single LP. And these are albums that came out in the early 90s and sort of musically sit, the lighter kind of version of the Swans. I don't know how to put this exactly, but it's a much lighter and there is still like Swans weirdness, but it's nothing like the earlier stuff where it was like harsh industrial, just hitting you with a hammer over the head again and again until you like it kind of thing. This is not like that. It's a lot airier, a lot more lighter, but in a good way. It's not bad. It's not bad, and sort of sits in between the Swans, like two eras, like the early industrial heavy, take that kind of, take that you bastard, I should say, era, and then a little bit more mellower. And then their latest releases like are reminiscent of that early era, but with elements from this era where it's a little bit more melodic and a little bit more lyrical and more like poetic in that sense. So yeah, Swans, highly recommended. Do get this when you see it. Get it. Just get it. Just don't even think about it. Just get it. Yeah. And then I went and I traded some records, and because I had them on Discogs and it didn't move, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going there and I'm going to get some other records for these and make some room as well. So I got me Popol Vuh, something Nachte, Latte, Latze, Nachte, Latze, Tage, blah. I have no idea what that means. This is the rockier kind of album. I will not stick, I will not talk about these too much. This is like a proper rock band, and it's very good. And yeah, you should get it, I think. This is Herz aus Glas, which is also Vers du Cœur, Cœur du Verre. There are two versions of this. This is the German version, and the other version is the French album cover. I don't mind having the German one because it's it's Popol Vuh, so you should get the German one. Come on. And yeah, it's sort of in the same kind of vein. You get like a lot of sitars and things like that. And these are really good albums. I mean, I need to get, there's 3 more that I need to get. Nosferatu, which I have a copy back home, a version of Nosferatu back home, so I don't remember exactly what that is, when it came out, what kind of pressing it is. But it's very expensive, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Les Aguirre, The Wrath of God, which, yeah, I want to get. And then there's a third one, which I don't remember the title, but I want to get it anyway. So, then I got me this one, which is Chocolate Soup for Diabetics. This is a compilation of progressive, psychedelic, garagey bands from the 60s. So you have people such as, who do you have? Fleur de Lis. They're not very well-known bands, to be honest. I don't think that a lot of these might have not done more than like a couple of singles. And yeah, it's a really good compilation. I saw it. This is volume 2. I think the volume 1 is the more like revered compilation, but yeah. I got me Gallon Drunk. This is You, the Night and the Music. And this is excellent. This came out in like early 90s. This is an original copy. Fairly good, very good condition, I might say. And Gallon Drunk, if you're not familiar with them, it's 24 minutes. Bloody hell, I need to speed this up. And Gallon Drunk are like a band that would come out if you combined Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, early era, with Miami era Gun Club. Yeah. So it is a very, very interesting sounding album. It's really good, really good. Highly recommended. I saw this. I had no idea what this was. No, I knew what it was, but I hadn't read any reviews or anything. This is 500 milligram apocatastasis. which is a Greek word, restoration basically. And look at this cover. I mean, you would get it anyway, wouldn't you? And this is Michael Gibbons from Bardo Pond. I have some 500 milligram stuff, some of the earlier stuff, which is like Bardo Pond effectively, like, you know, improvisational, psychedelic, noisy rock. This is more acoustic, and there's like tablas and things like that. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this. And finally, the one that I really like, and the one that I had, well, not exactly this one, but another one from these guys, from this guy, I guess. It's Terry Brooks and the Strange, Translucent World. This is a UK release on, what's it called, Cycle? Yeah, this is a UK release. I think that the US one has a different cover, and I'm looking for raw power as well, but this is like, this is out there. This is out there. This is spiritual space rock. Yes, this is like, I think that this sort of covers it. It's just crazy as fuck, and it's just bizarre as hell and enjoyable as hell. It has great guitar work, and it's highly recommended. It's 26 minutes that I've been talking about crap, so I guess you had enough of me, and yeah. So that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something new. I hope you found something interesting. You know, you can do what you want to do after this point. If you reach this point, I guess that you're probably going to like the video, but feel free to dislike it if you disliked it for any reason. You can subscribe if you want to see, you know, rarely, you know, for rarely, I guess, going forward, seeing me every now and again, just doing things like that, and or stay subscribed, and yeah, and don't know, and that's it, really. So I will be seeing you around. Probably I'll do another video before the year's end, or, you know, before Christmas or whatever. But yeah, talk to you soon, guys. Cheers.